Hey, I'm Juliet, and today I'm going to talk about the main thing that obviously caught my attention while reading these primary sources, which was most definitely the sources about women's rights. But the main primary source that I do want to be talking about is the Elizabeth Cady Stanton's The Solitude of Self. This primary source was like way inspirational in my eyes in the sense that she was literally talking about things that are mundane to us in this day and age. For example, she literally speaks about how women should be able to make decisions for themselves based on like politics, since we have our own morals, where they want to live and who they want to live with. And I know she also wrote about women finally receiving education for the sake of their own futures, as well as like equality in social life, and how they should be able to own their own property without any ands, ifs, and buts about it. And she literally ends the document with saying, and I quote, "Who, I ask you, can dare take on himself the rights, the duties, the responsibilities of another human soul?" Now, personally, I found that empowering in the sense that she basically was challenging the status quo of that time by literally pointing out the fact that, like, who are they, and they being men in this situation, to think that they can take on a responsibility such as, like, another human being and be in charge of them by controlling their rights and duties as a person. And I think this perfectly captures the anger and frustration for women back then. How basically they just didn't feel like they belonged to themselves. And technically they didn't. They literally belonged to their fathers and then their husbands. And they weren't allowed any identity other than what men really thought they should be. And this document was very important to me, especially as a woman in today's political climate, because I would love for someone to tell me that they own me, my beliefs, and my morals as a person. Because I feel that us women have fought so hard for our rights and to prove that we deserve them. And even to this day, we're still literally fighting. And the biggest example that comes to my mind about this is how basically Roe v. Wade was overturned, which was something that literally protected women's rights to personal privacy and just reproductive rights in general. And that, like, it was made to protect our decisions, and them overturning that essentially told women everywhere that their opinion on this matter didn't matter. And it was absolutely infuriating when I first heard the news that I couldn't even freaking imagine the anger and pain that women felt back in the day when they had to fight for their general rights.